Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your game, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Welcome back to another episode of Dad Bod Fantasy Squad. I am here with Robbie. Bobby, what's up, guy?
What's going on, Mario?
You ready for Christmas?
Ready for Christmas, ready for these football games. Got a solid one tonight. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, pretty solid. What up, Albert? I do love Christmas football. I hate Christmas landing where it's landing, because you think about it, like I have PTO from today until next, not Monday after, which is Christmas, the following one, right? But like when Christmas lands in the middle of the week, you know, you could kind of sneak what feels like 2 weeks compared to this feeling like a week and a half.
Yeah. Tough to go, Mario. Tough go. I feel bad for you.
What have you been? I don't think we've been on an episode for a little bit.
It's been a minute, yeah.
What have you been up to? What have you been doing something crazy? You been Christmas shopping? You've been lifting?
Done.
You've been
done.
Being a businessman?
Yeah, a lot of stuff in the work. You know how I am. A lot of stuff going on, Mario.
That's not answering any of those questions, Robbie.
I can't put out my ideas to the world. You know what I mean?
You don't have to tell the ideas. What have you been up to? You that sneaky? You just slinking? What is this?
Around. Slinking, slunking.
Just in the background with the hood up? Bro, what is this?
Little Jedi mind trick. Yeah, dude, it's going good. Hey, just getting ready for the holidays. Got a lot of stuff going on. Gonna make some cookies here. We give those out during the Christmas time, so we're gonna be making a bunch of cookies this week and packing them up. Got a lot of stuff going on. I think I got something like every night for the rest of the week. So yeah, a lot of stuff getting ready.
Do you want me to bring you in some raviolis? You want me to bring some ravs with me?
You're too far.
12-piecer? Well, I'm coming to East Cleveland when for the 23rd, 24th, 25th.
Where are you going?
To Jess's parents.
You're going to Jess's?
Some ravs. They're homemade. I'll bring some in. I'll bring you some. Because we can't probably eat all those. I did? No, my parents got it.
There's no way.
I mean, I was making them.
Okay.
I do the cuts. Pretty much, I make the cookie portion of the ravioli. I do the circle cut.
You're in. Right. When you here? The 24th, 5th, 6th.
I'll be there till Christmas morning.
Okay.
I'll bring some with me.
We'll meet up.
12 or 15. I think we have them in packs of 12 or 15. I'll bring you 12. That's enough for you and your girlfriend. So that would be plenty.
Yeah. We'll meet up. I'll meet you up. Maybe we'll get a beer somewhere.
Yeah.
Have a good time. A little Christmas spirit. Maybe we can convince Nord to come meet us up.
Yeah.
He's close enough, I think.
No, he'll be out. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's get into some immaculate grid.
Let's do it.
Which is going to dominate us again.
Yeah.
As it always does. But because I was cheating and looking, not up my phone, just looking at the grid while the intro was rolling, I already know this should be an easy Fletcher Cox, right?
I can't even read it, so why don't you read it off first, and then we can get to it.
Hold on. Let me make sure I get... Dude, am I spelling his... Where is he? All right, well, let me read it then. Where is he? So, top column, we're going to go from left to right. We got the Ravens, the Dolphins, and then 10 plus sacks in a season since 1999. If we're looking on the left-hand side of the grid, from top to bottom, we have the Eagles, 49ers, Giants. So I wanted to put Fletcher Cox in the 10 plus sacks in a season because my guy has
do Riddick.
But I already had this, dude. There he is. Bada boom, bada bing, baby.
Okay. Bosa
was immediately my other thought here. And then we got to go with
Michael Strahan.
I don't know if that's gonna be what.
When
did he retire?
So.
08? Yeah, it works.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Paul Pierre. What is Jason Paul Pierre?
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson.
Albert coming in hot. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, MA?
All right.
Eagles, Dolphins.
This is gonna be trickier than I want it to be.
There's a running back.
Yes, there is.
Oh, Ayuk, right?
Yeah.
Not Ayuk. Sorry.
Or
Ajayi. Yeah, baby.
That was a good one.
San Francisco and Baltimore, there should be an easy one too that I'm like blanking on right now. Miami, and this is plenty. This is Raheem, RB number 2 on the year.
Mm-hmm.
This is Odell. Okay, I didn't look at all of these. I'm just feeling good.
Line it up, dude. Your team's stacked if that's who you got rolling. If you got Amari in there as your flex, you're stacked up.
Miami and the Giants.
Look at you go.
And the Giants.
Look at you go.
Breida?
I don't think he was there. I don't think he was in Miami.
I don't think so either. Oh, he was. San Francisco and Baltimore is a really easy one that we're really missing right now.
Yeah. Was Juszczyk there?
Was Calais Campbell there?
Oh, damn. Try Kyle Juszczyk.
I think Kyle is straight. I have no clue how to spell his last. There it is. That's
Hold on. Go with this. I want to see if I was right. Come on.
Kyle Juszczyk has always been on San Francisco, I'm pretty sure.
Just try it.
You're just thinking of Baltimore because they had a really good fullback. Oh, no way. When was this? Anquan Bolden was such a better choice. Kyle Juszczyk was probably more from half court, but
that's right, babe. No, I knew. I really thought Juszczyk was there, and he went to San Fran. I remember him going to San Fran, and I'm talking about being a big loss to Baltimore. So
what a day! What a Christmas!
We cleared that easily.
What a Christmas present! Thanks, Albert, for your help.
Yeah, Albert, thank you.
Oh, what a day!
We're
going to go into the new year feeling great that we completed one grid out of 17 weeks.
I know, man. Weeks. This was a good.
What a moment!
This was a good day.
This is it. Doesn't get better than this.
Should we just end the pod?
Cut the pod right now. Just turn it off. Yeah. We'll see you guys next year.
We won't be. Yeah. We're done for the season. We appreciate you tuning in. It was a solid one, but yeah, we got a good episode for you guys tonight. Let's get into some news, and then we're gonna go over some players. Normally on Thursday nights, we each give our kind of must start, must sit players, our hot knots, what we're calling it. But we're going to do it a little different, somewhat. It's kind of the same idea, but we're going to do it a little different. That way we get some more guys, kind of give you a better overview of what we expect for the week. But let's start with the news, Mario. The big news coming out, Keenan Allen and Jamar Chase are officially ruled out for this week.
I had a tough time seeing Keenan Allen being a starter for you. Alex saw it differently because Easton Stick was able to hit Palmer for 4 for 100, which it's a fair counterpoint because Palmer is no Keenan Allen. But it makes your decision easier, right? I mean,
it does.
Honestly, makes your decision easier with Keenan. Jamar Chase has been fine with Jake Browning, so that one's a little bit tougher. Everyone's calling for a T. Higgins week, and as a T. Higgins forever and always truther, I just don't see it quite.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. MA football guy, he has a question for us. Can't wait till my whole life is food and fantasy. Tell me about it. ETN or Chuba? I've been advised for both. Need a tiebreaker. Tiff, what's going on? Where you been at, girl?
ETN plays Tampa Bay.
ETN's got Tampa, and
Chuba plays Green Bay. It feels too cute to say Chuba over him.
It does.
Chuba in the last 3 weeks, 25 carries, 23 carries, 22 carries. And pretty consistently he had 104, 87, 87.
He's been playing well.
Oh, man.
But you're not going to get touchdowns, right?
Well, he had 2 in that span, but they were in the first.
I get it, but...
And ETN has only 2 in the same span. And
who
11, 14, 10, and Tampa Bay. Dude, it sounds too cute, but maybe it is Chuba. Biases aside, I think you got to put the name aside. ETN over the last 3 weeks, 11 carries, 14 carries, 10 carries. They play a red-hot Tampa Bay team that is scoring. It's not like they're going to dominate the game. I think it's Chuba.
What I will say is Zay missed practice today.
He's likely out. He looked pretty painful.
Yeah, he looks. The other, I think you go Chuba too, because T-Law, it looks like he's going to miss this week as well.
What? He hasn't missed a game forever. They talk about it all the time.
Hasn't practiced yet with a concussion, so.
He can't bypass a concussion. That's
and you know, part. He missed today's practice, right? We know Thursday concussion, you miss practice, it's not looking great.
They have to set up something for Saturday if they do.
So,
Chuba.
I think it's Chuba, but the only reason I'm like really contemplating this, I could see it being a huge dump off game to ETN. If Zay's out,
run the shit out of him.
You know what I mean? Or they just run it down the throat because they're not gonna be able to throw the ball.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily calling for a bad day out of ETN, but like if you're like if you just looked at player performance over the last, I mean, even beyond the 3 weeks, but really it's hard because Chuba has really kind of taken over the last 3 weeks specifically. Almost 75 carries over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that's a volume you chase for. I think you roll with Chuba. Wish he would be more involved in the pass game though.
Oh, it's tough to say that, dude. It really is.
What else did we got here?
Yeah, I think you go Chuba. All right. The did not practice today. Marquise Brown, Jaden Reed again, Christian Watson, CJ Stroud, and T-Law with concussion, so it's not looking great for them. Zay Jones, like we just mentioned, McKinnon popped up on the injury report today. He missed. Josh Jacobs is out. Madison, Mondre, Hunter Henry, Devonta Smith popped up there today. Chris Godwin and Brian Robinson.
They go against the Kansas City defense. He's out on practice on Thursday. Like you just mentioned, I don't think. I mean, if he's cleared to play, do they play Saturday or Sunday? Do you know?
Can you imagine playing Monday? Hubbard? Can you imagine playing Hubbard over Jacobs and Travis Etienne?
Wouldn't feel great.
No, it would not.
But sometimes, I mean,
I still think I roll ETN, man. I still think I roll ETN.
That's fine.
I get the volume, but
we don't have to agree. I'm going.
I know, but we're killing our dude MA just because he's already 50-50 split on this. So we're splitting down the middle. It's a gut call for you, man. It really is. I would say go with your gut on it because there's pros and cons for both sides. They're close enough where I think it's a coin flip, and it's really up to like what you're feeling.
Chuba's going to be a guy that finishes out this year strong, and we're not going to know how to rank him next year, or he's going to get overranked. And
Yeah.
It's just
Miles
the
Sanders.
writing's on the wall. So I mean, all he's got to do is get another 23 carries. If he puts up 100 yards again, it's a big week. So out of these guys that concerns me, Stroud already is looking like he's going to miss as well.
Yep.
You knew about Mondre. Madison at this point is a write-off, not downplaying Madison.
Well, I threw that on there for Ty Chandler.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's good.
It helps. Good news.
McKinnon kind of is a bummer because truly this is his shining moment. So hopefully he gets back to practice.
This is McKinnon's time to shine. And
yeah. Godwin has been like this all season. I don't know if it's something new. Hollywood's been MIA. Jaden Reed has been kind of dealing with something and then playing. So I don't know if that's the same situation. And Watson obviously is. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if we see him the rest of the year.
You sent us something interesting about the guy that you're about to read on today.
I did. Yeah. Tony Pollard. So we'll just hit this real quick. Tony Pollard, Joe Flacco, JT, Pittman, and Pacheco were all full go at practice today.
Good sign
news.
For JT.
We got some people coming back. Good sign for Pacheco, right? Like we've been concerned a little bit about him. So that's if you have him, I think you can confidently play him. Great news for Pittman. You know, that hit looked pretty bad. So him logging a full practice, that's great to see. JT with Zach Moss looking like he's going to miss this week. Do you play him?
You, my guy. We love you. Who?
JT.
Oh, probably. I mean, we're at week 16.
Crazy.
You stick with Chuba, but like, that's a good. Bring that back up. JT or Chuba.
JT.
Yeah, you have to.
Easy.
Again, though,
but
that's
the craziest part
guys, it goes against what I've been saying about the ETN versus Chuba thing. But JT hasn't, like, they're gonna feed JT. They're gonna give him the rock.
He's missed 6 weeks?
He's missed quite a bit this year. Yeah,
I would feel. I'm saying, like, was it 4 in a row, 5 in a row that he's missed?
I would feel 4 in the beginning.
Way less confident if Zach Moss was. I'd be a lot less confident playing him if Zach Moss was playing. But with Zach Moss probably missing, I think it's a pretty solid play.
Yeah, I picked up Trace Sermon, was hoping he got his chance to shine, end up on a new team next year. Now that's dead.
Yeah.
Bummed about that. I was like, oh, this is a dynasty stash. There's some interesting names you got next year.
Yeah, A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, Nico Collins, Noah Brown. Man, all these teams just doubled up, huh? And then Devon Achane and Tyreek Hill were all limited today.
I mean, these are the one that doesn't scare me on this list, and maybe there's 2. Aaron Jones and Noah Brown. I don't believe those are new injuries. I think they're just taking it easy.
Yeah.
Workload management. Not too concerned with either of them. I mean, I'm concerned with Aaron Jones' performance all season. He hasn't been necessarily bad, but it's not like the opportunity's been there. He's kind of been banged up.
It's the opportunity, right? Yeah.
Again, though, like Chuba is over Aaron Jones. That's an easier one for everyone, probably. But
I don't know.
You got to be pretty. What? Really?
My love for Aaron Jones this year.
I get it. So he's a stud, but he's old. Maybe it's time. Maybe we move on.
Yeah, you might be right.
You're not starting Dillon unless you're super desperate. The Nico Noah Brown kind of play off of each other, right? If Nico misses the game, you're definitely plugging in Noah Brown. Do you play Noah Brown if Nico starts?
Are you playing Noah? So it's tough.
Noah Brown tore up with Case Keenum.
I get it, but they're going up against the Browns this week. A lot different opponent.
Would you play? Do you even play Nico? Do you feel obligated to play Nico?
I don't think I can. We haven't seen Nico with Case Keenum.
What if this is a Case Keenum revenge game?
I don't know. I mean, Case Keenum, dude. I'm not too. I understand he had a decent day. I know Noah Brown had a good day last week, but I'm not expecting that. I think it was
any other sneaky options that you'd rather have then? Maybe we talk about
Noah
or Nico in this case. Like, who would you pull off of like the waivers or deep on your bench?
JSN.
You love JSN. Like you have
I do, but it's a great
matchup,
right? He's going up against Tennessee again. We've seen rookie wide receivers take some time. He's acclimated in this offense. Just had a game-winning touchdown reception. Geno's back this week. It looks like. I think stars are
actually thought there was going to be some like controversy there.
No, I don't think so. I think stars are aligning for him to have a pretty good day, to be honest with you. Someone you love, Elijah Moore. I don't think it's a terrible play.
You do Elijah Moore over Nico and Noah Brown just because you're so scared of the Browns. I'm not. It sounds like I'm critiquing your question. I am literally just asking a question.
I am scared of that defense, man. With the DBs healthy, it's a different animal, right?
Is Ward out there?
Ward played last week. He was full practice today. He's good to go. Mitchell's back, who's playing very well. The safeties are playing well. Looks like Juwan Thornhill should be back. When these DBs are on the field, the defense is really when Denzel Ward is on the field. This defense is way different. I'll say that. And Elijah Moore for me is an interesting play just from the sheer volume standpoint of how much this Browns offense is throwing the ball. Since Flacco's been there, I think he's thrown over 40 times 3 straight games. So just the volume alone makes him, Njoku, and Amari Cooper all viable options just because they're going to get the ball thrown to them.
I feel it. MA wants to know if we have Discord. I do. It's Rio1392, I think is the name. I think they made me put numbers on that shit, man. I messed it up. I heard people just ignored it. I should have just ignored it. Could have just been Rio.
Should have just been Rio. I'm sure there's a Rio taken.
Well, it was me, but now they're expanding. I don't know why they made me put numbers.
Idiot.
I know it.
Yeah, but it's an interesting question, right, Mario? With Nico and Noah against the Browns and Case Keenum being the quarterback. Even though Noah Brown went off, it's a tough one. Stafford, Goff, or Baker for this week. Albert gave us this yesterday. Mario, what's your opinion?
Oh, it's Goff.
You know what, Albert? This is a great segue. Okay, so what we're gonna do for you guys is we're gonna get into a little bit. It's kind of the hot or not. It's gonna be a temperature read on certain players. Mario, I'm gonna give you a guy off of the PFF rankings for the week. Okay, I'm gonna give you a guy that I find interesting. I want you to give me kind of your general thoughts on him, how he's performing, what you expect this week. And then I'm going to give you guys in the same area and who you'd rather play, who you'd rather start or sit in that scenario. Okay. And then we can rank them at the end if we get through a couple people. Let's start with the quarterback, and let's start with the guy Albert brought up, Baker. He was the guy I have marked down. I think he is a interesting player that a lot of people have been talking about for this playoff push. So I wanted to get your general thoughts on him and what you expect this week with him playing Jacksonville. Terrible secondary so far.
So Baker, we talked about quite a bit on the episode on Tuesday because Alex is almost in love with him nowadays. So the dude's been playing well, and it's tough to watch all around. The last 20 and then 31, played Carolina before then. Carolina is not a defense to be messed around with. I know it sounds crazy, but honestly, their defense has been solid. But 6 TDs, bear down. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for stopping in.
Man, he's got a rough second half schedule, but Jacksonville is the one highlighting spot where I think you're hopeful that T-Law plays, because then you wonder, is this a team that is going to get destroyed in ways? I don't feel comfortable starting Baker. I wouldn't put him in a top 12 situation of who I would start.
Okay. So let's start with his question, because these are the guys that I had
Real
around
quick,
there, right? Yeah.
let me kind of get to this, because I think if you go to our Twitter handle, there's a link tree in there. I know it's kind of
Yeah.
we used to have the Discord. We don't have the Discord in there currently. I will post it on our Twitter. All right, go back. I'll post the Discord for Rob Norton's Baby Bowl, which is where we talk football. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. So let's start with these guys, Mario. Who are you starting? Baker, Goff, or Stafford?
I go
give
Goff.
me your. So you go. What's your ranking of these three?
Well, it's probably Goff, Baker, Stafford. Stafford with the toughest matchup. I feel like they're all right around the same spot. Stafford obviously goes tonight. Yeah, I think I go Goff, Baker, Stafford. Stafford has kind of been heating up.
Dude, it's tough to deny what he's been doing. Right? It really is tough to deny what Stafford's been doing over the past month. I think 3 games over 20 points, and then last week was his low week at 18.
Which was supposed to be his fire week, because that's Washington. Yeah. Okay. I'll get you. I'll put it on. I'll type it in here. I don't know exactly how to post the link though. I'll pull it up. So how are you approaching this? So what you're the exact same?
It's tough. It's a tough. I think Goff's bottom for me. I know he just went off, had a great game. I get that. I think I play Stafford. I think Stafford's the safest play. He might not be the high score of the 3, but I think he's the safest play where he's going to get you enough points not to hurt you, where I think Baker or Goff could end up hurting you at the end of the day. I think there's a possibility with that.
It's funny because like Goff was Mr. Consistent before. It
also depends what you need, right? I mean, I say this a lot in fantasy, like when we talk about certain players and stuff like that with questions. I kind of think it also depends on, like, if you need a quarterback that's not going to kill you, I think Stafford's the play. I think he's going to have a solid day. He might not light it up, but I think he's going to get you points. If you need a boom play, I think Baker's the boom play, because he's going up against Jacksonville secondary, who's been bad. He's got Mike Evans. It could be another really nice day. Goff going up against Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota's defense has been a lot better, right? We talk about this
better against the run.
Yeah, but
that's where like Goff is going to have to destroy it if he's going to have a chance. If they're going to have a chance at this game, it's going to have to be through Goff.
It's also a Nick Mullins led offense that I know Ty Chandler's there and stuff, but Detroit's rush defense is good enough to bottom up, in my opinion, where they might not have to put up 30 points. Like they could kind of ground and pound it with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. And it could be a running day, which we saw at the beginning of the season when Jared Goff wasn't really doing what he's been doing, right? So I would think that's why I'm saying Baker, I think, has the clearest path to having a really boom game. I think Goff and Baker have passed to lower scoring games, where Stafford, I think, will be fine. Like, I think he's going to have a solid day. But if you need a boom play, I think it's Baker.
Who would have thought? How did we get here?
Fantasy football, man.
That's gross.
Yep. Let me get your opinion on a couple of these dudes that are around Baker Mayfield. Who are you playing over? Okay, so we hit Stafford, Goff. What about Kyler Murray against Chicago? In Chicago.
Like, what do where would I rank him? What's your question here?
Who are you starting?
If you added him in there.
No, just Kyler or Baker.
Man, this is exactly the question that we debated last week. Alex, so we met up in Ashland. Alex stared at me in the face and blamed me for his mistakes the whole time, even though he lost
Sounds
by
about
plenty
right.
more. And because I told him Kyler over Baker. And this week,
I would have done the same thing.
I'm probably flipping this week. Chicago's defense isn't
They've
bad.
been good.
It shows like this is the part where like you look at these apps, and this is definitely not how we approach it. We usually go to at least an exterior. If we are looking for a quick hit, though, we will look at the app and be like, oh yeah, they're ranked 19th against the pass or whatever. No, not Maine. I have the Discord link here, but I wouldn't send just your teams in that link. That's just the group. You can find me in there though. So find me if you want to send teams or something, or there's probably different threads that you can post them in. But no, so they looked great last week. They've been looking good against.
They've been a top 5 defense since they traded for Sweat, right?
Which is insane to think about, that he's having as impactful as he has. They played well against Detroit, which they always kind of do. Really just post-bye have been playing incredibly well, where like Kyler could go off on his legs. He could go off and throwing at any given time. But at this point, we got to start wondering if this sounds kind of hypocritical because I'm over here still on the golf trade, but like Baker 20-31 had some tough matchups before where honestly football wise, he played fine. But for fantasy, the last 2 weeks have been great. I got to go with Baker. He's running hot right now.
I like it. Let's get into if you're playing a 2 QB league, okay? Kind of a 2 QB league. You're looking a little lower on the list here. Let's go with Utah. I don't want to bring. I talked about him a lot last night. Let's go with it. Joe Flacco. Okay. So this is our median, Joe Flacco. And I just want you to kind of give me a quick hit here. Who are you starting, Joe Flacco or, okay, we'll go with Russell Wilson.
I go Russ.
Nick Mullins.
Oh, but Russ goes against New England.
Yep. I'll give you the team they're playing. So Russ against New England. And then Joe Flacco has Houston.
I'll go Flacco over Russ this week. That feels so wrong. It's just New England's the probably the number 1 defense over the last 4. So
they've been playing great.
It doesn't make sense it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, what did Patty do to him? I know Patty's the standard, right?
Is he anymore? I was talking to Norton about this the other day, where if you look at it,
he had 16 points against them.
Man, I wish I had this pulled up, but
2 interceptions, 2 tutties.
I say PFF. I use the weekly rankings a lot, or finishes a lot. It's something. It gives me kind of a trend of what's going on, how they're playing, stuff like that. If you look at Patty Mahomes, he's been outside the top 15 for a while.
It's no different. It's no different. I mean, this is the Mahomes cycle, and because Brian and I drafted him in one of our combined leagues, we have inevitably set this up. Last year we went Herbert over Mahomes and ruined that cycle. And we were the first QB drafted. So we took Herbert at number 1 over Mahomes. We thought we were being ballsy. Herbert ended up like QB 10 on the year, Mahomes QB 1. This year we took Mahomes over Herbert. Thought, hey, this is the right move. He's QB 6. Every time we take Mahomes,
so you're the curse.
He goes back and forth, right? Here's his finishes. 1-7-4-4, most consistent. 1-6. Like he kind of does this. I don't know if you're just saying this year or if you're kind of concerned in general this for fantasy.
Okay. No, just this year. The offense looks off.
Well, offense,
right? It's not the typical Kansas City offense that we're accustomed to.
Right.
It's a lot different. They're not putting up the same amount of points. Yeah. They're running the ball a lot more than what we're kind of accustomed to, especially inside the red zone, where if you remember in previous seasons where they'd be on the 1 yard line and they're constantly throwing the ball. It's a lot different this season. Yeah. That's my only, and it's not even a concern for Patty Mahomes because I still think he's the best quarterback in the league. I think it's a concern for fantasy football for the next 2 weeks. Where I don't know if you can confidently say he's going to be a top 8 quarterback like we are accustomed to saying Patty Mahomes is going to be a top 8 quarterback.
Yeah. So, I mean, you look at a New England defense that he was able to finish out a QB 14 week against. The truth is they kind of had a battle a lot in that game. So it wasn't like he had to throw quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I am hesitant to start Russ over Flacco, and I'm not that into Flacco as what you sound like you're going to say next.
Oh, I'm into Flacco.
I'm in as a player. Last week, the dude added 212 passing yards in the fourth quarter and a touchdown to his 375 yards on the day.
Does it matter?
I don't feel comfortable with that because if they're up,
Why?
Those yards don't come.
Okay, this was a debate me and Norton had yesterday. Again, if you look at just the number, he's the only argument I have against Flacco that I can comfortably take into account is that he's a 40-year-old quarterback that's only played 3 games. Like, that's the only argument that makes sense to me against him. The dude's throwing the ball over 40 times a game. The name of the game is volume, right? Like, we want volume in fantasy. He's giving you volume. No matter what you say, the dude is giving you volume. And the argument for if the Browns get up big on Houston, Flacco's not going to have to throw the ball a lot, so those numbers should come down. I'm not confident saying that because of how bad the Browns run offense is, right? They're maybe averaging 2 yards a carry over the past month since all these offensive linemen have gone down. Flacco is an extension of the run game. He's doing 5 yards out. That's the run game. Screens, dump off passes, and 5-yard outs is the run game. So I still, even if they're up big, I still think he's going to be throwing it.
What did he finish as last week?
QB 8.
QB 9.
The 3 weeks he's been in, he's been 13, 6, and 8.
10. I see 13, 10, and 9. PFF's always a little bit odd with theirs.
Okay. Yeah, I was going off of PFFs.
The point stands. He's been a low-end QB1 every game. Yeah, give me Flacco over Russ. Who was the other question?
Jake Browning.
Probably Flacco. Browning plays Steelers with no Jamar Chase. Give me Flacco.
Nick Mullins against Detroit.
See, oh man, this one's tougher. I go Nick Mullins.
Wow. Okay.
He set up kind of nice.
Weapons are there. Detroit's pass defense isn't as good as their rush defense. I get it.
No.
I get the point. Let's go with your dude. I'm very curious here. Are you on? Okay, Tua or Purdy?
I think you go with Tua here.
I think you go.
Oh,
you go Brock. How do you not go Brock? He's been playing out of his mind.
He's playing Baltimore.
Tua's playing Dallas.
I know. I think I'd probably stick with Brock too.
Again, safest.
It's closer if Tyreek is in.
That's another caveat, right? Like if Tyreek's in or not, that makes a big difference.
What were you going to say?
I still think I go Brock. Jordan Love. Joe Flacco.
I mean, start him over everyone. J Love. I'm too close to this now.
I know. You're
I can't even be unbiased about J Love. He might be like my T-Law currently. Like there is no more rational J Love over everyone.
Okay. J Love or die, baby. Mario, let's get into some running backs, okay?
Actually, it's Flacco. Jordan Love plays Carolina. I am almost
right?
a bench. I am almost a bench all against Carolina right now. And people kind of look at that and say, outside of running backs can have success against Carolina, but like the wide receiver and quarterbacks have not been over the past like month and a half have not been doing anything to Carolina.
I like it. I heard, so the only reason I've been talking about Flacco a lot is because I listened to the podcast with you and Alex and heard you guys talking about Joe Flacco. And I think there's a case to be made that he is a QB1, and I would contemplate him over people like Baker Mayfield and players like that. That's where I'm at with him, just from the sheer volume standpoint that he's thrown the ball.
It just was tough, dude, because, like, I get it. There's still a fourth quarter. But, like, as somebody that watched that game, I will also say I felt very confident coming into that fourth quarter, which I haven't felt confident in a fourth quarter ever as a Browns fan.
I did not, but
I don't know what it was. I just was like, we've been really good in the fourth quarter. I feel fine. I had no concerns quite yet. And then it panned out. But I guess what I'm getting at is if that game ended, which, again, there's a fourth quarter, it was a horrific – it was probably like 6 fantasy points or something at that time.
There's 3 caveats to that performance specifically. One, it was definitely not his best game by any means. He didn't look crisp. He didn't look great.
Hurts this week. Hurts or Love, you got to stick with Hurts, right?
Oh, yeah. I think he's messing with you because you said Love over everybody.
I didn't even know.
I think the weather in that game was terrible. It was raining the whole time. And we've talked about the Chicago Bears defense, where they're a top 5 defense over the past month. Like, it wasn't an easy game by any means. Not his best performance, and the dude still walked away with 370. Like that, I think that's his worst performance he's had, and that's the worst he's going to look at quarterback, and he still came away with 370 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? And he was still a top 12 quarterback. That's why I'm more confident in him, is because he looked so bad in that game, and he still put the numbers up for fantasy.
Yeah, I am. It's tough. It's tough for.
It is. He's a tough one to figure out.
It's like I'm just, and I have struggled with Browns players.
Same.
Forever in fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I don't know what to compare him, what other NFL team to compare it to, because, like, we're so close to the situation. And to me, Browns, and I don't know if, again, because I'm so close to the situation, Browns players are the least consistent players that I've ever had to figure out. And outside of Chubb. Chubb is the holy grail of consistency. So it's always been pretty tough, even Cooper this year. And even when you look at Cooper from last year to this year, it's just confusing. And I don't know. And Njoku is one of the most inconsistent NFL players in general. The dude can look like the best tight end in the NFL one week and look like he's lost the next. And it makes no sense. However, it has been like 2 or 3 weeks that he hasn't looked lost. So I just don't know what to make of this situation. And I don't know what to make of Flacco. And I don't know if you can say, I'm going to trust Joe Flacco with my round 2 playoffs. Can you? Peace out, man. Let's go, Olave.
That's the question. That's the question I'm having, right? That's what I'm bringing up is, can you trust him over the likes of somebody like a Baker Mayfield, which
Baker's easier. Like, that discussion is easier to have.
Is it? Because, like, the only reason I'm saying is because he throws the ball under 30 times a game. Like, he has to be on.
Well, no, I'm saying that conversation. But, like, how crazy are you getting with Flacco is the question I have for you.
I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not playing him over Dak. I'm not playing him over Brock Purdy.
Are you playing him over T-Law plays? That's a dagger.
With Zay Jones out, I think I would consider it. I really would.
Bad right now for you, huh?
The injuries have piled up. Christian Kirk getting hurt really limits this offense. I think it's a big issue for Trevor Lawrence if Christian Kirk's not available.
Where do you think you rank Trevor Lawrence next year?
Dynasty or just overall next year?
Overall.
I still think he's a top 12.
You're gross, dude. He's 11 right now. Is he closer to that bottom half of that for you?
If the same supporting cast comes back, Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk's healthy, Calvin Ridley. I think if the weapons are healthy in there, I think he's a top 12 quarterback, probably 10.
Okay.
You know, I think that's where he'll fall in. I still think he's good enough, and if the weapons are there, he'll be fine. I just think it was a really weird year with injuries with this offense, and they couldn't get on the same page. So,
This, no, you're not. We
You're good,
appreciate
dude.
the
That's what
questions.
we're here for. We like the questions. Yeah.
We
like it.
ask for questions. Bring them on.
Yeah. Mario, we're getting close though, so let's hit these RBs real quick, and then we'll get the sucker moving. The guy I wanted to bring up was Bijan Robinson. Okay, I want to get what's your initial thoughts on Bijan? What we saw last week? How can we evaluate him for the playoffs? Because if you have him, you have to be scared, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Say that?
So Arthur Smith came out and said something along the lines of, "We will evaluate," or not Arthur Smith. I'm sorry, Arthur Blank, the owner.
Arthur Blank
said we'll evaluate Arthur Smith at the end of the season. Now, and I get it. Arthur Smith thinks he's doing the best job. It's not like that he's doing this to stick it to the man. He thinks he's doing the best job. But like, to me, that just, there's probably conversations happening like, why aren't we using these guys that we've been giving you? Why aren't we using these toys?
You don't think that's been going on all season?
Well, now the job is on the line.
Yeah, but
it's never been on the line.
I think it has been. Like, I think it's been heating up. There's been a conversation around this.
But they have openly said to the public, which I also assume this is what they've been telling Arthur Smith,
right?
That he's still fine. You're still the coach for the Atlanta Falcons. I would go Saquon.
He's going against Philly.
Yeah, I think they kind of got diced by KW3 last week. They looked a little vulnerable.
Yeah, I think you go Saquon.
I just don't. I mean, like, who we talk. I guess this is such a cheap. He's playing Indy though. Like, Indy's been pretty horrific.
I get it.
It's not like this has been happening all month. Like, if this has been happening all month, again, it's a Carolina defense, although I trust the running backs against Carolina, but he's got 16, 18, then it went 10 carries. I mean,
I'm just saying, I'm just counterpointing what you said with the Arthur Blank stuff. If Arthur Blank publicly said something, you would assume there would have been internal combos beforehand about it.
Yeah, this week.
I'm saying before. Like, I think if it comes out publicly, there might have been combos beforehand.
I have no clue. I don't know.
True.
I think you start you have to start just letting. I don't know. Right, he's probably not going to change up. Okay, wait. Let me go back. Let me just reverse and let's act like he doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
The 7 carries was still abnormal for Bijan, right? Like, that still wasn't like what he's been getting all season long. Now, there's been a couple 10s, there's been a couple 2 11s, but usually it's somewhere between 13 and 16, 18.
Okay. Well, let's get your heat check. Okay. I'll give you a couple players. Let me know who you're starting. Bijan
over Brees.
Okay. That's a tough one.
Told you.
Jahmyr Gibbs up against Minnesota.
Tough Russian defense. Oh, tough Russian defense. I don't know. You go with Gibbs because you're told you have to. But if it was me, I'm going Bijan.
Okay, you're going Bijan. That's the heat there. That's crazy. Joe Mixon against Pittsburgh.
It's not like Gibbs is getting that much more work.
But he's producing hardcore with it. Better offense. And
he has had a cake last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Chargers, Green Bay was in there, Chicago twice.
I got you worked up. I love it. Okay, Joe Mixon or Bijan. Ty Chandler.
That's tough too.
Or Bijan.
Detroit's rushing defense is too strong. Give me Bijan.
Okay.
Ooh, that rhymed.
It did. Jonathan Taylor against Atlanta.
Bijan.
Okay.
No. Oh, no. Yes. Give me JT. JT is going to get like 25 carries. And I hate that.
Okay.
He's going to get like 25 carries.
Devon A-Chain.
Also, Bijan and Gibbs are very close. I'm primarily just hoping that Bijan he's going to get the same amount of work and just has a better day. Who is this again?
Devon A-Chain.
Bijan. Devon's been a little tough to start, no? In general?
Yeah.
Just dealing with a lot of issues.
That boom
it's
when it
so
comes.
Sweet. It's so sweet.
When you don't want to
Who's
miss
he
that
play?
wave.
Who's Miami got this week? Dallas. Yeah, I wouldn't feel great about that boom there.
It takes 2 plays with him, man.
Is he going to be like the Deshaun Jackson of running backs? Like you just have no clue? Or is it worse?
It's not like he's not getting points.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You know, like his worst game's been like 10 points.
Deshaun wasn't not getting points though either. Now, if we were saying Gabe Davis, he's not getting points. He's literally 0 or 15.
Yeah.
But Deshaun and his prime was more like 6 to 7 or 27.
Yeah. But with A-Chan, it's 10 or 15 or 50.
Well, I see Deshaun might have been higher up there, but that was pre-PPR for me.
Yeah.
When Deshaun was in his prime.
That was a while ago.
I mean, it existed.
So you're in on
we didn't have it incorporated.
You're in on.
I don't know. I think you're a little more out than most.
I think so. Again, the talent
on the year.
It has nothing to do with Bijan as a player. It really doesn't. It's that lingering in the back of your head. There's that Arthur. There's that percentage that Arthur Smith could do something real stupid.
He's just really cucking us right now.
He could. It's there where he could do something.
He's really sticking it to the man, you know?
Dude, think about it. If you were in the playoffs last week and you played Bijan, 9 times out of 10 you lose that game.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Mario.
So you lost.
I saw a lot of round 1 exits
because of Arthur Smith.
I had Bijan in quite a bit of leagues.
So that's what I'm saying. So like that's there. It's not an unrealistic possibility that say Bijan fumbles on the 5th play of the game, dude sits the rest of the game. I don't know if that's the reason he didn't play that much just because he fumbled. But
that seems insane though.
It does, but it's Arthur Smith.
Doesn't fumble.
Nothing makes sense.
If he's been fumbling like all season, it makes more sense.
So then why did he have 10 carries? And Tyler Algier outsnapped him.
He didn't have 10 carries. He had 7.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why do you have 7 carries? The only thing that makes sense is that he fumbled.
Look, divisional games, he doesn't like Bijan that much. He played him 1 carry against Tampa Bay and said he had a tummy ache. Yo, guys, pick 2 RB, 1 flex in full PPR. Bijan,
all right,
Jacobs. So Jacobs and B-Rob are both missing. They were completely out of practice. DNPs. Chandler, Zamir White, if Jacob misses, Higgins and Zay Flowers, love. Okay, let's go with the RBs first, because then we'll approach it that way.
Yeah, I think the only 2. Yeah, go on.
No, you go on first.
I think the only thing that makes sense there is Bijan and Chandler.
Chandler's got a tough.
Yeah,
matchup.
But with Jacobs and
matchup.
Jacobs and B-Rob missing practice. I don't think Brian Robinson's going to play at all. Jacobs might, but even if he does, he's banged up. I think it's Bijan and Chandler for me on those.
I'll take that. I'll roll with it as well. I'll double down. If Jacobs plays, I go Bijan and Jacobs. I don't think I don't hate Zamir over Chandler. So it's
I don't hate it.
Bijan, if Jacobs plays, I go Jacobs. If not, it's Chandler, not Zamir.
So you're ranking it Bijan, Jacobs, Chandler. And if Jacobs is out, you're playing Chandler.
Yep. Then it's
okay. What about your flex?
B-Rob's value might be completely down too. This is maybe it's up with Jacoby Brissett. Who knows? Actually, Chandler over Jacobs if he plays. For me, no. For Rob, yes. Hey, it's sometimes I just think Chandler has too tough of a matchup, man. Detroit's been really good. Can you pull up like Detroit versus RB's the last 4 weeks on the CBS? CBS has a good version of that. I'll do it. Detroit Lions versus RB's. It's been solid.
Yeah, but Jacobs has Kansas City, dude. It's not like that's a cakewalk.
But it's easier than Detroit has been. Let's see. So last week, Broncos RBs 20 for 66, no tutties, 5 for 20. Let's just look at fantasy points to make it a little bit easier. But this is all RBs. The last 2 weeks, it's been 7 or 8. Against the Saints, they had 24, which is probably dump offs to Kamara. Packers and Bears 9-13. Like they're not allowing tons of fantasy points to the RB position. Like find it hard.
Yeah, but who's getting that? Who's getting 20 touches? Like Chandler's going to.
Jacobs.
If he's hurt,
they said this. No, I mean, I don't think he plays if he's hurt. They say the sweet spot is 25 with Jacob. That's exactly what the coach said. The 25 is the number I want to get to every game.
I'm with you. Bijan and Jacobs.
Wow.
Bijan and Jacobs. Then he brings up.
So B-Rob's going to be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting decision and maybe even a good discussion to have real quick.
I think I go tie there.
This team has changed.
I go tie there.
So he's got the Jets, which you can run on the Jets. He didn't practice. I think I go tie too. I mean, first off, 15 carries, 7 carries, RB 34, RB 32. Tough matchups before the bye. Goes off the bye. He got hurt somewhere in those games. I think it was the Miami game. And then they're just struggling on offense altogether. They're not playing as good as they were or decent as they were in the beginning of the year. Sam Howell is, I believe, benched. But you got Jacoby Brissett, which could be helpful for Brian Robinson, but I think I go
Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson.
That's the greatest.
Yeah.
The B-Robs.
Yeah.
People were pretty ecstatic about like if you accidentally drafted B-Rob and 6th overall or 7th overall.
Yeah, there were some jokes earlier in the season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I go Chandler over Brian Robinson, but I don't even really think Brian Robinson's going to play this week because it's a hamstring.
I don't either. The flex question. Higgins, so it'd be Higgins, Zay, and one of the running backs. So if we're going Bijan Jacobs, so it's Higgins, Zay, or Chandler.
Give me Zay. He's going to have to throw a lot. It's San Francisco. The game might not be high scoring. He's going to need Zay Flowers, so. Lost their exploded their
I'm going T.
Great RB.
I'm going T with no Jamar Chase.
Give me Zay.
I'm going T.
2 RB. Pick Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, and David Montgomery. Right? I mean, is there 2 Monties?
Yeah. Is there?
You trying to trick us, Bryce? Hey, I'll put this up and then come back to Bryce. We appreciate you saying that.
Thank you. Yeah, we try, dude. We really do. So we'll go with the 3 here. I'm going. Oh, who does Seattle got? They got Tennessee.
Oh, this is all around not great.
Aaron Jones is Carolina.
Oh, Chuba's one of them.
Chuba. Okay.
Yeah.
So Aaron Jones.
That changes everything for me. Oh, there.
Aaron Jones, Chuba, Monty, and Ken. Jeez. Oh, man.
Give me.
I still think you play Monty.
I'm Kenny. Go Kenny and Chuba.
I'm going Monty and Ken. Monty's still getting the volume. He's still getting the volume. He had 17 rushes. Ken Walker looked good against a tough Dallas defense. So I think he's back to being healthy. They're gonna have to rely on him to move the ball. Even though Dallas could get up big, though, it's a possibility.
I didn't mean to cut you off. You could keep going.
No, you're good. I was just kind of
next
talking
one
myself. I was talking myself into the scenarios here where Dallas could get up big early on Seattle. Like that's a real possibility. Where
it's not Dallas, it's Tennessee, I think, isn't it? It's Tennessee. You said it.
Oh, why'd I say? Yeah, you're right. Why'd I say Dallas?
One of those guys do.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, I'm going Ken and Monty.
And I'm going Chuba and Ken.
Yeah, I'm going Ken and Monty.
Do you think Agnew? I assume this is Jamal Agnew. Jamal Agnew, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a fair question. I mean, he had the big play last week. It's Tampa Bay. How deep are we talking here? You're essentially saying, does he score? To trust throwing in Agnew in almost anything under a 16-team league is going to be tough, especially with no T-Law.
Do you have other options we can kind of compare him to? Like, who are you debating Agnew between? Unless this is for DFS.
That's a good point. Is this a DFS play? Because then it is a sneaky $3,000 against Tampa Bay's secondary, which is horrendous.
Oh, man. White, Mostert, Pollard, Najee Harris, Singletary, best available. Are you looking to drop somebody for Singletary?
How's Singletary still out there?
Oops has CMC. Opponent has CMC and Gibbs. Are you just looking who to play? I think you go definitely Mostert for me. I don't know how you don't play him, right? Like he's been so consistent. You frozen?
No, I was thinking.
Jesus,
I did kind of zone out, though.
Deep thought right there.
Sometimes Jess says that like I get cross-eyed when I start.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got Jacksonville. I go Mostert and White, which is
I was just
crazy
you
for me to
answer.
say.
I don't understand. I don't understand the question. I don't think. What's the Singletary best available mean?
Free agency, waivers.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you can pick him up.
So it's not Najee.
No, and I'm not playing Singletary against Cleveland, so it's
probably Raheem and Rashad. It's Raheem and Rashad.
Yeah,
is that what you said?
I go White and Mostert. Pollard, I love Pollard, but we've seen him boom bust all year.
So Maria, you're considering Agnew over Cooper Kupp, or Amari Cooper?
I'm playing either Cooper, Chandler, and Barkley over Agnew.
Yeah. Yes. If we had to rank them, if this is Amari Cooper, for me, it's probably Barkley, Amari, Chandler. If this is Cooper Kupp, it's probably Cooper, Barkley, Chandler. All three before Jamal Agnew.
I go both Coopers, Barkley, Chandler.
It's Amari.
Okay. I'm going Amari, Barkley, Chandler.
All three of those before the huge, like if you run a risk it, it's just the probability of Jamal Agnew scoring a deep touchdown, especially without T-Law, is tough. Okay, he did say it's
free agency.
Yeah, you go White and Mostert.
Yeah, White, Mostert. Your flex is Pacheco, right?
You should probably switch that to Pollard.
I would.
But I would even is this got to be like 8 or 10 team, right? If Singletary's still available,
it's got to be a thin one. I thought we were flexing Cooper. I thought we were flexing Amari Cooper. We talked about this last night. He picked up Amari Cooper on waivers. Man, I want to see his team. Did you send that in the Discord to Mario or something? We can go over your team and take a look at it. You gotta get this guy on Twitter. We gotta get you on Twitter, man. You can just DM us.
Instagram too, though.
Or Instagram. Yeah.
What other messaging apps are there?
TikTok.
Yeah, Instagram.
I don't know if you can message on TikTok.
I've been checking.
We haven't been on that.
TikTok.
We got to get back on our talk game. We got to get back on the talk game.
Done.
Okay. So yeah, Maria, I would go how you have it. I wouldn't play Agnew. I would trying to get her original one up. Oh, yeah, Cooper, Barkley, Chandler, and then leave Devontae in. Devontae. So I'd play that. I wouldn't get cute with Agnew. Wouldn't do it. 10-teamer. His teams. He was telling me. I remember him like rattling off his receivers. He had a nice little squad. All right, dude. I think we hit our time limit. We didn't get to everything we wanted to.
Game is
starting. We want to get to the game, so
we'll be back. Yeah. It's Christmas, so we'll be a little MIA. I will answer the best we can on Twitter, but honestly, it's holidays. That's going to take priority over fantasy football, just even our own team. So we will answer to the best of our ability. Wednesday, Thursday, probably our last episodes of the season, and then we'll start a different sort of schedule that we haven't talked about yet. But we will be back Wednesday at 9, Thursday at 7, to kind of answer some last minute questions, go over some last minute things, hopefully talk you through your championship week. Robbie, any last thoughts?
You too, Maria. You as well, Happy holidays. We appreciate you. Enjoy the holidays. Have fun. Get your lineup set early so you can kind of, be stress-free going into the holiday season. Get ready.
Gorge. Eat all the food.
Gorge and just sit back, relax, watch some football. Again, we got games Saturday, so make sure you guys are prepared before that. Take a look at what teams are playing Saturday, Sunday. Make sure you got your lineup set up. And then, again, like Mario said, me and him both will be on Twitter kind of doing our best to answer any questions you guys got. So hit us up, and you can hit Norton up at Norton0723. So I see it all the time. So again, between us and Norton on Twitter, you guys we'll be able to get to you, and we always bounce the questions back and forth between all of us. So you get 3 for the price of 1,
which is free.
Happy holidays. It is free. We're here to help. Happy holidays. We love you guys, and enjoy the game tonight.
Hopefully you're hitting the outro. Thank you for watching our episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
If you aren't already following us on Twitter, check us out at DadBodFS.
We'll be posting all of our best clips and videos to all of our social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. You can find us on there at DadBod Fantasy Squad.
Lastly, if you'd rather just listen, we make sure we post our audio of each episode on all the major streaming platforms. Stick with us all season long so together we can count our trophies and not our calories.